Well, howdy, friends. CC2 Arms, also known as True Patriot, and we are back again. Going to do a little live stream, change this thing up a little bit. We're going to try to get some people on here, see who wants to, who's up for some meaningful, thoughtful conversation this evening. Yeah, it's still raining, so unfortunately, it kind of limits what I'm able to do. That being said, try to throw this in. There we go. Throw that down there. I'm going to throw this link in the chat if anybody wants to jump on and talk. The Redneck Connection. Cheers, friend. I'm about to open up a nice ice cold beverage. Listen to the pouring down rain. And as the description of this live stream indicates, it's an open panel, meaning anybody that wants to is more than welcome to jump on here. And I am in the process of inviting some people on here, see which of my lovely YouTuber friends want to chit-chat or engage or whatever. It's completely open. Anyway, that being said, try to get some people on here. I hope that everybody is well. I hope that everyone is happy, in a good mood. I hope mostly everyone is dry. Unfortunately, our entire state of Tennessee has been declared an emergency. It has been flooded for days. Doesn't look like there's any end to the rain coming up anytime soon. Well, it's always thoughtful and meaningful when you've got beer. If you've got beer, it just turns every conversation around. It turns it into the most important conversation that ever existed. Red Solo Cup, I fill you up. It's time to party. You're already on a panel. Interesting. I've not really got much going on. I should probably be doing some work with some plants. I should probably be checking on the incubator and see how the little chicken eggs are doing, but don't really much feel like it. I would instead rather just drink beer and listen to the rain a little bit. But I do appreciate you coming, and thank you for being here. What panel are you on, if you do not mind me asking? Hopefully it's one that has lots of good-looking women, ice-cold beverages, preferably some mud. That always excites the conversation a bit. I had a wide array of topics I was thinking about discussing, but I just don't know if I'll get into any of them this evening. I mean, stranger things have happened, but who knows? See, where am I at? Go back over here. Okay, here we go. I am on a Mod Squad comedy. What kind of comedy is that? Everything's comical. Everything is a comedy. We are in a divine comedy right now. It's all fun and games till someone gets their feelings hurt. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe I've had a few too many beers to even be live right now, but not much else to do. Figured, what's the worst? It couldn't hurt nothing. Might as well get on here and engage peoples of YouTube. shoot the shit, cut up. It's all good for a laugh. Plus, you never know. You might learn something in the process, which is always helpful. Hello.
What up?
Hey, how's it going? Who I got on here? Angel Studios. What you doing, friend?
I'm just playing Patriot, Xbox, picking poison.
Haven't heard from you in a long time. You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm just, you know, I'm my own lane. Yeah.
Hanging on there, ain't you?
Yeah, you got into it, especially like because I'm always in my room, so I always have to find things to do. So, you know, yeah.
It's pouring down rain here, so there's really little else that we can do except get on YouTube and play around, try to find something to watch,
That's
a
for
game to
sure,
play,
bro.
somebody to talk to.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I see you, bro. I
Yeah,
thought you deleted this.
I, yeah. I seen you had posted some links on
Yeah.
Google Hangouts,
Yeah, I
and
did because everybody had because I did that because there were so many people in that chat, so somebody need to get it,
well,
you
I hadn't
know?
seen you. I mean, that was the first time that I've seen you or that you've came on in a long time.
Because my channel is doing really like I don't care about it, but it's getting to the point that it's getting really bad.
What's wrong? What's happening?
Like YouTube, that's why I left it. Like I didn't leave it, but like I'm about to leave it permanently because nobody gets notifications.
That is a problem.
Yeah.
There's people that I watch their videos every day, and the only way that I know that they're live is if I go and click on their channel because
Yeah,
YouTube.
I gotta force my life into Google Hangouts. I gotta do it because nobody gonna get it on my
Yeah,
videos.
yeah, and it's sad that it's like that these days.
Yeah.
YouTube is just picking certain people, and they're allowing those people to.
That's why when I went live on Twitch, I said, follow me on Twitch because Twitch is so much better with the notifications.
Yeah,
Because Twitch is like they don't care what you say on Twitch. As long as you're old enough, they don't care what you do on there. You know, it's like, it's so much different. It's
yeah.
ridiculous, bro.
So are you do you live stream on Twitch kind of often or?
Yeah, we only do unboxings on YouTube's and the retro gaming on YouTube, but all the main games are on the Twitch because I'm trying to get affiliated on Twitch.
Yeah,
Yeah, once I get affiliated, it's all bowling games in there. You know. I'm
yeah,
just trying to make money somehow because I can't get a job, so I gotta work for my house. So,
and how's that working out? Is everything working out like that or?
well, I had to get the hours up, that's for sure. And I need at least like 13 hours or 14 hours. And I'm working at it. And they need 13 people to be watching my live stream at least once to get the badges. It's gonna get it's hard to get up there, but once you get up there, you get up there. You
Yeah,
know, it's
yeah.
just it's the
Everything
move.
that's worth having though definitely is worth putting the time and the effort into.
That's why I gave the link to everybody because who knows what who would like click on that link.
Yeah,
I gave all the links I could to everybody because I said on the chat, you are my family. It's whatever takes it takes it. You know.
yeah. Um,
So.
Perth Observer, why don't you jump on here? If you've got a moment. It's a open panel. Perth Observer's in my chat. We'd love to have you. Not much going on. It's pouring down rain. I guess they declared Tennessee a state of emergency statewide a little bit earlier this evening as a result of all the rains and the floods. So you can't go outside. You can't do nothing. Might as well get on live stream here. And
you got that right. That's what I do. Shit.
Yeah, that's about all we can do here.
Yep.
Play video games and drink beer.
Damn straight, dude. That's what they made it for. Shit. Yeah. I just finished my live stream on was it? Yeah. Not YouTube, but the other one. The one I infamous. Because I was doing BioShock.
I'll have to get on Twitch. I've got an account, a channel on Twitch. I just haven't really used it all that much. Because
I haven't used mine either that much either. Yeah, it's
I don't want to make people pay money just to be
able. Hell no. I'm just doing that because
me, you know?
Yeah. So.
Hey people, how's it going?
How's it going, Donna? Nice. Thank you for coming on. Meet Angel Studios. I don't know. This is a friend of mine, Angel Studios. This is a Perth Observer. She's got a channel as well.
Nice meeting you.
You too.
Nothing going on really, Perth. We just I put in the description the title of the live stream, open panel. Anyone has anything to say about anything is more than welcome to say it. No hard feelings, no judgments, no, just get on here and shoot the shit.
Yeah,
exactly.
We can do nothing together. We don't have to do nothing alone. We can do nothing together.
Exactly, bro.
Veronica's in chat. Jump in, mate.
Yeah, Veronica, you're more than welcome to click that link. There should be a...
Oh, listen, we all us crazies stick together. We're joined at the hip, mate. We just can't not get on and talk to
her. You have to, bro. Somebody got to do it.
Okay.
So we're back.
Somebody got to do it.
I went, I grabbed a inner tube and I slid down the driveway earlier. I wanted to be able to record it or at least live streamed it or something, but there was no way. There was just no way to record it. I slid down the whole. Our driveway is pretty long. It's probably, I don't know, 100 yards or close to it from where the house sits down to the road. And I went all the way down it. It was like going down a river.
You should have a fucking GoPro or something.
Yeah, my GoPro actually exploded.
Doing what, boy?
Well, I was cheap and I bought, the batteries are kind of expensive. So what I did was I had bought these off-brand GoPro batteries off Amazon.
You don't do that.
Well, it got stuck in the GoPro. It got stuck.
Yeah.
Well, I grabbed a needle nose pliers and I tried to pull the battery out of the GoPro. And when I did, it somehow caught and it tore a hole in the corner of the battery. Well, those batteries are lithium ion.
Yeah.
Well, the minute that lithium is exposed to oxygen, it starts getting unstable and heating up.
Yeah.
Well, it blew up.
Okay. Yeah.
I must remember that because I like sticking pliers and Lord knows what into Lord knows what without thinking.
Yeah.
No, there's a reason why they got like warning signs on there.
But who reads those?
Now,
those warning labels are for people that just don't know jack
I don't
shit.
read them either.
Well, you remember hearing about the Samsung Galaxy? I don't know which ones. I don't want to put because I like Samsung Galaxy phones. I think it was one of the newer notes,
Seven.
but they had them where they blew up on airplanes.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Did a video on a chick, and half her face was all black because she had the phone stuck on her ear. She was talking to somebody or doing something, and the sucker blew up,
Yeah.
and
Over here, yeah.
half of her face was black.
Yeah.
Now you can have batteries on airplanes.
Yeah.
They don't let you have that shit.
Lithium can't be exposed to oxygen. When it's exposed
No,
to oxygen,
it's
it gets
because
unstable. And it heats up from like 0 to super hot real
yeah,
fast.
it's what's it called? It's the chemical that's getting unbalanced. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. We
Actually,
used
there
to,
was another story too of a phone on a plane, and I think it was one of the newer ones that you can't take. You can't take the battery out of. It got stuck somewhere
yeah.
between the seat, and it caught on fire.
You
Oh,
gotta,
and then that
you
would fill
got,
the cabin with smoke.
you gotta let your phone breathe because people are dumb like that, and they leave it in their pockets or in their bags or when they're on and shit, and the people call you and
Angel,
they
the best thing
overheat.
to do is not to have a bloody mobile phone.
Yeah, it's really dangerous.
Yeah.
But
They are dangerous.
unfortunately,
But they're good. I do like the convenience of knowing that in an emergency situation,
You have one.
I've got one.
Yeah,
But I've got a phone. But I'll show everyone how I keep my phone.
with no battery.
And that's
Yeah,
how it sets.
yeah.
And I'm not
That's
going
the
to
best way
leave.
to do it, bro. You screw the bitch out. But you can't do it with iPhone.
I would never have an Apple phone. The facial recognition software that they use
It
is
sucks.
really
Yeah,
scary.
yeah. I have a 5. I'm about to get 6.
oh Heath, can I please tell you when you said that you went sliding down your driveway, mate? Oh, some years ago, right? They brought out here where you could buy for little kids, and I
Mm.
don't know if you guys have got them there, but you call them a slip and slide, right?
Yeah.
And it was a piece of plastic, whatever you put on the front lawn if you've got a hill or a slope of sorts, and kids play on it.
Yes.
Well, because we're big kids in my family, we can't let the little ones get on there because we tell them it's too dangerous for them. So we got to test it out first, right?
Yeah.
And I remember the house that I was living in at the time, it didn't have a huge slope, but it had kind of, well, a decent one. So from the road down towards the front door of the house, there was kind of a decent sort of slope, but you had to literally get a run up. Well, first we started with putting detergent on the plastic, okay, because we wanted it a little bit more slippery so that
Yeah.
you could more speed, okay.
Yeah.
My nephews were going across and my nieces and whatever and my kids, they're going across the road. They're literally going across the road. Watch out. I mean, it's a side street, so there's hardly no traffic, right?
Mm.
And they're taking a run up, okay? Anyway, that really wasn't working as good as what we thought it should work. So we scrapped the oil, scrapped the fucking detergent. We got the oil out, okay? We rubbed oil all over this bitch. Well, my nephew was the first one. He said, "No, I'm doing it first. I'm doing it first." Anyway, he goes across the road, whatever, and we're already, you know how you already know what's going to happen, okay? So you're already laughing, okay?
Yeah.
Because you see it coming. He takes a friggin' run up when he threw himself on this plastic, mate. He got to the end of the plastic. He must have done about 5 friggin' what do you call them? Army rolls or whatever they fucking call them. Hit my front door, almost went through the fly screen of the fucking door.
Oh, that would just be. Yeah.
Oh,
We couldn't really afford slip and slides and all that, but I do remember that we had a big roll of plastic
hello,
and
Dale.
rolled it down the hill in front of the house. And I don't know what went through my mind, but I took off all my clothes And I got in trouble. And here's me running down the hill, sliding down here buck naked down the hill. And we had girls and boys from the neighborhood, and we were all sliding, and I'm naked. And apparently that was inappropriate. I guess I wasn't supposed to be naked. Well,
See, do
I'm
you know?
going fast. I'm
Oh
going
yeah.
so fast.
I mean, clothes just hit the speed, don't they? But see, we got pissed off with the slip and slide because we didn't think that the plastic was long enough, and plus we needed a bigger slope, you know. So the first Christmas that we used to get together at this park that was across the road from the beach, well, we ended up going to a hardware store and we purchased some black plastic. You know, the black plastic that you put underneath paving and whatever, so the grass don't grow through.
Yes.
We bought a long strip. I mean, a long strip of this bitch. Took loads of freaking oil, pretty much pinned this thing down to this hill that was there. Oh my God, did we have some friggin' major fun? Yes, there was some major injuries. Yes, we laughed a fucking lot, but
We
hey,
broke our legs, but okay. Jesus.
Definitely sounds like it would have been
Yeah,
entertaining.
fun.
Dale Core,
oh,
I put a
absolutely,
link
mate.
in chat. If you wanted to come on, you are more than welcome to scroll up to the chat, find that Google Hangouts link, and come on here. Don't bring any aliens with you, but you're welcome to come on chat and hang
Yeah.
out.
But yeah, those things are just the bomb.
They were. It's always fun playing with water and nature. For some reason, it's always been fun. Yeah. But we always get hurt. Oh shit.
Where Sound Mind's at this evening, I wonder.
I have no idea. I'm assuming that he's either doing videos or something or other.
Defend was I seen he was live streaming just before I started this live stream, and man,
Who
had some cool people in my stream earlier that I
Who
hadn't
was live streaming,
heard in
sorry?
a while. I had Tommy D had popped into my. I don't know if you had seen. He had come into my chat of the stream that I had earlier.
I haven't talked to Tommy D in a hot minute, dude. Like for real.
Yeah, I've had the last couple days. I've really been happy. I've really been fortunate. I've had friends that I've had on YouTube for years
That's
coming
good,
on
man.
and
That's
at
good,
least
man.
participating in chat. Whether they've gotten on a panel or not, is another story. But they've at
That's
least
why.
come in and
That's
seen me
why.
in chat.
That's why I never leave people chats on Hangouts because you never know what's there.
Yeah. Dalecore, I'm a red-blooded, trashy white American, so I'm drinking Bush. I don't like the fact that it's made. Isn't Bush Anheuser-Busch Brewing Company as well? I don't remember. I think I don't know. I don't like it because I think it's a rebranded corporate fucking. It's the cheap version of expensive beer.
Yeah, it's always been like that though.
But I can afford it.
Yeah, that's true.
I need to brew my own. I want to learn that someday, how to make a home brew.
It's hard, but it's worth it. People say.
Well, when I was a kid, I had a friend, and his dad was a cop, and they had a big Halloween party for everybody in the neighborhood. And his dad he made beer, and he gave all of us that were at the Halloween party, he let us all drink a big bottle of beer, but we had to spend the night and we couldn't leave.
Yeah.
And nobody really wanted to drink beer. So me and a few other friends, we were, hey, if you're not going to drink that, we want it. And we ended up drinking, I don't know, each of us probably drank 3 or 4 bottles of that beer. Oh, man, it was an experience. That stuff was strong.
Yeah, because it was homemade, right?
Yeah, and it was it was dark. It was like a lager of some sort. It wasn't like black, it was dark brown.
Yep, yep. Of course he got bugs. Yeah, that's the good stuff though.
What do they drink in Australia, Perth Observer?
Mm.
Oh God, most people drink beer. You
Well,
know,
I
as
mean,
far
if
as
you
I
do
know.
drink beer, what do you, if you, when you go to the store and you're in the beer section, what do you see compared to what I see?
Okay, what I would drink if I was drinking beer, I would drink Han Ice. I mean, most of them have the 4X's and the 2Es and the Swan Lager and the yada yadas.
Yes.
Uh, I just don't have a thing for those. They just really, I don't know, they just taste funny to me. But
Mm.
Han Ice I can drink, but still, because it's a beer, it's just something that continuously makes me piss. Hence, I don't drink the damn beer because I think, what's the point? You know, I might as well sit on the toilet and have a beer. Um, so that's why I drink wine, because I don't have to run to the loo every friggin' 30 seconds.
Yep, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You
yeah.
porch pisser.
Well, hey, listen, at least if I had a porch, I could literally just hang your ass over the side of it and just be done with it. Sit there and
Yeah.
just drink and do my thing, you know?
Dale Core is a red wine fan.
I drink white and red.
I, I was always a big fan of brandy. Now, I, I like liquor, and I can
The,
really, I'm a, what they call a happy drunk. I never get violent. I'm always real nice, but I
mhm.
do stupid shit.
Yeah,
Laugh at me.
that's it.
Oh, I drank brandy, and I like brandy because it was like I didn't feel like I was a, excuse the language, a pussy because I was drinking wine, but it was stronger than wine, but it wasn't like as hardcore as liquor. And I
No.
would get my favorite, and it's actually cheap. Is it's called Christian Brothers, and
Mm.
it's just a it's a cheap brandy, but it goes down. It's real smooth. You don't
Yeah,
need any.
that's the point of it. Yeah. Yeah. The problem is with beer with me, I don't like the taste of beer.
I found out from a mate of mine when I was living in Indonesia. She was saying to me, normally we used to hang out at this same particular club, and we all used to go through quite a bit of alcohol. Going
Yeah.
home, you just didn't go home until like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. You know,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
that was kind of, we were going home, everybody else was going out. But she ended up informing us one night that we weren't there. She goes, "Oh my God," she goes, "I'm never drinking such and such again." And we're going, "Why?" And she goes, "I swear," she goes, "I never realized, but different alcohol affects people differently."
Yeah.
She reckons that, no, I mean,
On
normal
different
people just
levels
confuse
too.
and all the rest of it. But this particular night, oh God, no, she literally got up on the fucking table, was dancing on the table,
Hmm.
swore at everybody that's even came close to the table or went past the table, was swearing at the bosses of the club. And she goes, never again. She goes, am I drinking that? She goes, it just made her feral.
Yeah. It depends on the number of the number of the drink, like the level of alcohol too, because some of them are really high, and some of them don't got nothing. So yeah, it's both. Yeah.
So yeah, I tend to stay with the things that I know where I can still keep my
Yeah.
scruples to a
You
certain
could still
degree.
function. Yeah.
Ooh, E&J made a good brandy too. It was a what did they call that? A E&J? What was a F-SOP or E-SOP or something? A special reserve. It was a little bit pricier bottle of E&J brandy, and I used to like that too.
Yeah.
I'd say moonshine, being in the heart of Appalachia country here, moonshine was probably my favorite and most
Yeah,
common.
because that was abundant. No, especially where you live.
What?
You can find that anywhere, especially
Yep,
where you live, right?
yep, yeah.
Yeah, that's
About
what.
$20 a quart all day long.
Yeah, yeah, that's.
Dale is in chat, and Dale's drinking Dale beer.
Yeah.
He's drinking Dale's Pale Ale. Dale Core is in my chat drinking Dale's Pale Ale. What is the odds of that? Dale Core drinking Dale's Pale Ale. Fucking aliens got all kinds of weird shit, though. I'm just kidding. Dale Core is not an alien. I did not say that.
Whatever, bro. Whatever floats your boat.
Sometimes, though, people will come on a live stream and things get really weird, and it does make one wonder what's really going on.
Yeah. That's why I stay quiet when I'm in panels. Like, I talk, but not as much. Because, I'm a quiet person to begin with, anyway.
Angel, do you hang out at Pickeric's?
What?
Do you hang out at Pickeric's channel?
I heard about him, but I've never been in the channel.
It's funny that you mentioned that. I had stopped by his stream earlier this evening. First time in 4 months, probably.
He probably doesn't know me because I don't know him. So, I heard his name thrown around everywhere, but I don't know.
No, the reason I asked is because there's somebody that actually goes on his panel sometimes, and it's also Angel. I don't know if it's Angel Studios or Angel something.
A lot of people know me, but like, yeah, it's mostly the big people. Yeah.
Okay.
I've been here a long time. I've been here for like more than 5 years in this community, so a lot of people know me, yes. But I don't know a lot of people. I try not to know everybody. You know, you gotta be careful. You know.
Yeah, I try to at least go and visit most people.
Yeah, most people that I can't follow everybody that I follow. Like, even you, Patriot. I forgot that you weren't even on this, like, chat.
Yeah. I hadn't heard from you either until I seen a thing on Google Hangouts today. That's the first time.
Yeah, because I gave everybody the link, so everybody got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a hot minute. I think the last time we saw each other was like past a year ago.
Well, we rarely get any kind of notifications anymore.
No,
like person who's on the panel with us, I never get a notification if she's ever online, ever. The only way I can do it is I have to go to her name and search for her name, and then
enforce it.
I might get lucky, I might not. Usually, though, it's like her stream is half over before I even can find out
what I do? You know what I do? I go through my list and I click on people's bells like manually, but even then you don't get it sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody told me one time that you should like go to the people that you're subscribed to and you should unclick their bell and then
yeah.
That doesn't work. It doesn't work. You have no idea how many times I've done that.
It doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work. If they don't want you to know, they don't want you to know. That's it. They what is it called? They bottleneck your channel or whatever the fuck it is.
So what, are they scared of us becoming friends?
I don't know, bro.
They don't want us getting to be good buddies?
No, it's because all this community shit, you know, you get to it with that. They don't give a fuck.
Well,
they don't want people.
Smart. They're starting to get united. We better stop that.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. They don't want a clan to be together, pretty much.
Yeah, and it's sad because a lot of us, even like here over the last couple of days, I've actually had some people that have come to my channel that I wouldn't have thought in 100 years that we would even really have anything to do with one another. But then all of a sudden, they're
They are,
my panel, and we're like, hey, we're completely different, but on some things we see
we're in
the
the same
same way.
boat. Yeah. That's the good thing about being in a community like this. There's so much disparity. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
The thing is, people, I think, get caught up. It's not just YouTube, they get caught up in life. Everybody has
Yeah,
their own,
yeah. Everybody's busy doing it. Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. And you just either don't get on YouTube, or people end up with so many supporters. You cannot. I
It's
don't care
too
what
much.
it is.
Yeah.
It's fucking impossible to visit every bloody person every friggin' day or even once a week. I mean,
I
people should try that before they say, oh, you got to support the channel. Well, really? Like, it's
then
fine if
you
you've
could
got
do it, but it won't happen.
supporters, but not if you've got, the minute you start getting, well, I reckon it's over 200.
Yeah.
Yeah, just forget about it. I mean, I know that YouTube says, they're gonna purge whatever, or they did purge if you weren't visiting people's channels, yada yada, or at least leave a comment or something or
Yeah.
other. Well, I mean, what the fuck are you supposed to do? Some people work, some people have other things that they do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can't go live every 5 seconds. It's not possible.
Hey, I don't go live every 5 seconds. Only about every 2 hours. I don't really have nothing else to do. The yard is flooded. I can't go outside. I quit playing. I've not gamed. I've not really played any games in a long
Have you
time.
played any new ones?
What?
Have you played any new ones like Five Class
My
5 or
my
something?
barn. I was running a GTX 1060 video card, and I burned it up.
Okay.
And I've got just a little bitty 2 gig card right now that I'm using that really isn't worth a crap. So until I get a new
You
video
need
card,
to, yeah.
I'm kind of I can pay Fortnite, but I
Oh,
don't really.
that shit.
It's not. Yeah, that's not really nothing that I could.
No.
Veronica says, "Come shovel some snow." Well, I'll tell you what.
yeah,
If
no,
you'll
you
take
guys.
all this rain from me, I will shovel all of your snow. I'll happily shovel the snow just to get rid of this rain.
Yeah. Shit. It's either
Yeah,
rain or
well, I've
snow.
got sunny days here. I'm sorry, and I ain't on no snow. I ain't going nowhere where there is snow. That is just not going to happen. Rain, I don't mind. That's just rain. It's just water. You just get wet.
Yeah, but if it never stops, it's no fun.
Yeah, word.
I mean, but it is because see, you slid down the friggin' driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, the right camera. Yeah.
I mean, like
Still
you could get this big ass old spa from somewhere, maybe that's made out of that bathtub shit porcelain or something or other, and light a fire underneath it and just sit in the spa outside in the rain. Water would never get too hot because you've always got that rain coming in to cool it off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could get creative, but not with snow. Snow's just where you hibernate.
Well, what I do when I get really, really bored, I start texting back to my best friends. It's really annoying, but they know why I do it because I literally don't leave my room. It's basically I wake up in the morning, eat, use the bathroom, and I stay here. It's you gotta find things to do. That's why I have an Xbox, PlayStation, Netflix, pretty much everything. Music. But you still want to leave in the summer, especially in the summer. You want to go outside. I do, but there's nobody in this neighborhood that I know. So the people that I know is online. So it is what it is. So
3 months of excessive rain have killed me.
3 months.
Yeah, 3 months. We had flooding, and December that messed up
Why
certain
is it
parts of the
raining
state.
so much?
Then in January, and then now again in February. And they did today. I guess our statewide. It's considered a state of emergency because of the excessive flooding and
Yeah.
causing landslides
Is it going to the yard? Into the houses?
everywhere. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
To the point that like the Smoky Mountains, Highway 321 is what you
It's
would take to
closed.
go into Smoky Mountain National Park, and
Mm-hmm.
it's they've even had to close off portions of it because of rock slides due to the flooding.
Yeah, is it gonna stop or is it just gonna keep going this week?
They said that we might get a break possibly Tuesday, but then again Wednesday and Thursday it's calling for more
We'll
rain,
pick up again.
and it's rained.
Jesus
We're
Christ,
on
dude.
today is day 16 of straight continuous rain without no stop. They usually will average about a foot of rain a year. We've averaged 17 inches this month.
Yeah, it's a global warming, man.
It's been rough.
It's global warming because over here it's like almost summer. Like it's
Angel, there's no global warming, mate. It's weather modification. The government is fucking around with the weather, dude.
that's true. You can't. Yeah, you can't really know what they're
They
doing, dude.
Yeah, no, they're chasing all of us. You know, some people they're flooding out, some people they're creating fires and they're getting them
Mhm.
off the property with the fires. They're messing with all of us, dude.
Yeah, because over here it's freezing right now. It's like really,
Exactly.
really
See?
cold.
They want to turn
Really, really
everything
cold.
into ice or popsicles, one of the two. Take your
I
pick.
mean, it's the middle of winter where I live. Yeah, I understand that, but this winter is torturous. It's
But
torturous.
you can manipulate the cost of beef, of all of your grains, so your food prices go up.
Yeah.
When your food prices go up, then it's like I was telling someone earlier today. You've got people that work in Tennessee. They usually work in two sectors. They're either A, they work in agriculture, or
Mhm.
B, they work in construction, in buildings. Well, there's nobody working. Nobody can go to work when it's raining and muddy. You
Yeah,
can't
exactly.
build a house when it's raining every single day for a month.
Yeah, yeah. You can't. You just can't.
So
Actually,
and
you
then
know what it is, Heath? I
what?
reckon they got wind of the fact that we're doing an 11th of March do nothing day. So they figured they're going to help, and they're just making it fucking rain, snow, and hail all over the joint.
No. What they're doing is it's going to rain, snow, hail, drought until the 10th, right?
And
Then
then on the
that way,
11th,
the 11th, you went without work for so long, you're so broken, you're so hungry that you absolutely have to go to work on the 11th.
that,
Exactly, bro. What the fuck, man?
oh, that's too funny.
It's
Mm.
it's it's a big scam, and the world's a stage.
The word there's no one been to stage, bud. We are the puppets, bro.
Yeah.
Well, what about if we mess them up and we kind of pull it forward maybe 4 days?
I
How
don't
about if
know.
we just kind of like wait the last minute and then throw out a video and go, oops, the date has changed? Do you think they'd be able to stop their rain in a hurry, you know?
Maybe,
It's possible. It's most definitely possible.
maybe yes.
I mean, worth a try.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
at
try,
least,
Ron.
at least it's not raining here, but it's raining ice and snow. So pick up your. It's not regular rain, but it's freezing rain all the time.
And no end in sight for us.
Not really. It's either really cold or dry cold, or either snowing or you can't even go outside.
Well, and then see here, we should be like it should still be our winter, and it should be cold.
Yeah.
And I noticed one of the cats earlier had something on their neck. So I'm sitting there trying to figure out what's on the cat's neck. It turned out it was a tick. We don't usually
What?
start seeing ticks this early in the year. We usually won't see ticks until around April.
Wow.
And when I'm seeing ticks 2 months earlier, then that means that it's warm enough that the ticks are out.
They're driving on the land, yeah.
And that's scary because I know like last year bugs were bad here.
Like mosquitoes?
Cat scan. Dale Core, you're funny. You should come on
Mosquitoes?
this panel and chit chat with us, Dale. Don't be shy.
We don't bite. Not usually.
Yeah.
No. We only bite when we get bitten.
Yeah.
That's my saying. We get bitten, we bite back.
Yeah, Veronica. Bugs are something that I gauge. A lot of what I learn about nature, I know about the world. I listen to nature. I pay attention. If the coyotes are out messing with the chickens at 3 o'clock in the morning, the chickens let me know. So if the chickens are going crazy at 3 o'clock in the morning and there's nothing around, then they're upset. And what do birds do at nighttime? Birds roost at nighttime.
Yeah.
How does a bird roost? A bird will fly up high and it will land in a tree, and chickens do the same thing. They get up high.
Yeah, because it's safe.
Yeah. Okay. Well, when the chickens are all upset and I go out to the chicken coop and there's 3, 4, 5, 6 inches of water on the floor of the chicken coop, and it's that bad that the chickens can't calm down and they can't go to sleep, then what that tells me is that they know something that I don't know. Now, I don't know if chickens are liars, but I do know that people lie. And if I had to choose between believing that damn weatherman or listening to my chickens, I'm going to go with the chickens.
Yeah, because the chickens, they know the earth more than we do, even dogs do.
Or the bugs. The stink bugs never did hibernate this winter. Usually, stink bugs in my geographic location here in eastern Tennessee, in the foothills of the Smoky Mountains, our stink bugs, they go to sleep in the winter. You don't see them. You don't hear them. You don't know where they're at. Not this winter. They're everywhere.
That is weird, dog. Jesus.
It's definitely not normal.
No, it's not. Because over here, I mean, the winters are always cold where we live, but this winter is ridiculous, bro. Like, you don't even want to move from your bed, bro. It's like,
Dale Core, you've got better things to talk about than cock.
dude, what?
Yep, no, he was talking about. He's in chat talking about roosters.
No, I think he's just leading up to the point where he wants to pretty much say that he's got one.
He's looking for, I see that. He's looking for a way to slip in a cock joke.
Yes.
He always tried to do that.
You see it coming.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean.
Always that money in the gutter.
I guess tomorrow I leave my little incubator alone. It goes into what they call lockdown, and lockdown is when you incubate eggs, you're having to constantly some people have automatic egg turners, some people don't, but you're having to maintain humidity, maintain heat. You're having to move the little eggs. Well,
you gotta move it every hour, no?
It goes several times a day. Well, tomorrow will be like day 19, day 20. So as of tomorrow, when I wake up, I leave the eggs alone, and then I just hope for the best. And over the course of the next 2 days, maybe I get lucky.
Yeah.
I don't think I will, though. I don't know. I
Not
might.
with that weather. Jesus.
No, and I've got a bunch that my hens. They're not even like. I could go out and I've probably got a few eggs in the chicken coop, but the hens
Yeah,
they've not
but
really wanted to lay the
you could
last
put
few
in an
days.
incubator and manually do it, but it would take a lot of time.
21 days for just a normal chicken egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be jumping to what I said, Dale. Yeah, we knew where you were heading with all of that.
Yep. Uh, yeah, this weather's been fucking all around the planet, dude. All around. I'm tired of this weather, yo. I can't wait for summer.
Okay, I do have. All right. I didn't know. Had to check something. All right.
Um,
Hey, Donna, would you care to hold down the fort long enough for me to run to the latrine?
Yeah, no, go do what you got
I'll
to
be
do.
right back.
yeah,
Right
man.
back.
Yeah, it's all good. All good. Okay, for those many that are in the chat and watching and the lurkers and whatever, the hundreds. If you don't know, this is Perth Observer. I'm in Perth, Australia. It is currently 3:40 p.m. on Sunday. Let me double check that because I can never really tell what day it is anymore. Yes, we're the 24th of February. We are in the afternoon on a Sunday. The weather here is blue skies for now. What we will have later on today, who the fuck knows? When possible with a modification. So there you have it. And hey, what can I tell you? Oh, but I did do some research on the thin blue line, and I'm going to put up a video about that. If anybody hasn't heard about the police using or supposedly defacing the American flag by putting a thin blue line across the middle of it, it turns out that other countries have that also, but apparently that is not a new thing. That goes all the way back to when the British were at war with the Russians.
No shit.
Except back then it was a thin red line, but by the time some dude was going to write a book or something or other, because I can't remember the fucking years, like I'm not a genius, and it doesn't interest me really. I only put this stuff out there for the useless eaters who want to listen. But it turns out that when this guy was writing this book, he decided to change the red line to the blue line, the thin blue line. But the initial origin of the thin blue line had nothing to do with the police. It actually had to do with war. So the fact that the thin blue line has now conveniently shown up on flags all over the place, not just the US, but Australia, Canada, etc., 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 one really doesn't know now what that actually means. Does it mean that it's a police thing? Does it mean that it's to do with a war? Considering Joe Gambino or whatever his fucking name is, come out and pretty much declared war on the auditors, to me, I think that blue line, somebody knew exactly where it came from and what its initial origin was. But that actually had to do with the war. It had nothing to do with police auditing and stuff like that.
What, the blue line?
The thin blue line initially came from war.
Wow. Okay.
Because I went looking on the history of it. Don't ask me why. It just fucking hit me. I was looking at my last live stream and I was looking at the flag that I'd made, and I thought to myself, I wonder if there's any shit about that in history. So
Mm-hmm.
I went to the only place that I knew to go to, and fuck me if it didn't start off with a war. But at that,
I'll go ahead and put some information in chat. Since you like this subject, I will throw some information in chat in the Google Hangout chat as well as the chat for this stream. And it, yeah, it's a lot older than what you're probably thinking. Yeah, the thin blue line thing is old.
well,
And
see,
that goes back to like when we still had
yeah,
constables.
it initially was a red thin line, right?
They had the
war,
thin red ones and thin blue ones, and it goes back to prior to law enforcement. Before you had what you call police, before you even had police, that thin blue line is old.
That
well,
all?
it doesn't say about the thin blue line, as in going back to date. It might do somewhere, but not where I looked per se. But it was saying that initially it was a red thin line, which over the years the author pretty much changed to the thin blue line.
You love
Then
that, man.
a movie was made on the thin blue line, and then in today's whatever, it has now come down to the police using it, but they've put a different spin on it. But the thing is, the fact that it originated, this line thing across the flag originated from a war, sounds pretty convenient that they are now at war with the auditors, the people that are walking around with frigging cameras. You know,
Yeah.
I
And then
mean,
look at what, and then you look into when it gets even trickier is like, then you have states which are getting into trouble now because, like, here I'm looking at an article, the thin blue line honoring police. I'm not even going to explain that word, but the thin blue line honoring police was removed from the Connecticut state flag, and states and cops are now getting into heated debates and confrontation.
Yeah, they're crazy, man.
I can't see that they will change it for the simple fact that it is not just something in the US.
Now, hey, read. Now, listen to this.
Canada has it. There's a whole pile of countries that have got it, and I'm pretty sure that there's something behind this, and that has obviously something to do with the agenda and the New World Order.
Listen to this, Donna. A thin blue line, and a thin blue line in quotations. A thin blue line, which was intentionally meant to honor law enforcement. Law enforcement. They're trying to keep cramming that down your throat. It's to honor law enforcement. Was removed recently from the Connecticut state capitol this week after politicians complained that it might offend Black Lives Matter supporters.
What? That's fucking. Whoa.
So yeah, you know what this means. The thugs, we can't even have law and order now because the thugs might get offended.
Yeah.
They're trying to it's to create hostility and tension towards. Take the Black Lives Matter out of this situation. What is Black Lives Matter? It was a protest group, okay? So who are they? Who are the politicians saying that they might offend? Protesters. It's about promoting the idea that you've got two sides. You've got protesters, and then you've got law enforcement. They're just trying to drum up support for law enforcement.
Yeah.
The amount of websites that they've got out there that are selling the thin blue line on rings, on T-shirts, on hats, on you name it, on T-shirt or badges that you can actually sew or iron onto your jackets, just everything. They're selling everything with the thin blue line, the thin red line, the thin green line, whatever the fuck. I mean, you know, why not put pink on there? I mean, I don't know any flag that's got pink. It seems that they're using Are
I wear
they?
any color I want. I don't give a fuck.
They're pushing their pro-cop agenda. And what is a cop? What's a cop?
What's it called?
A cop. Where does that word come from? A lot of people don't ever even look into these words. Capo. A cop.
I don't know. Wow, I don't know. I gotta look that up. Damn. Yeah, I'm out of that situation. I don't know. I know it means something else, but I forgot, man.
A cop. A cop means to it. How do I explain it? Capture.
Oh, catcher. Yeah, it's not a word for catcher.
Cop is.
Alright. Yeah, I forgot what that meant, but yeah, it makes sense.
And initially, the first definition of it meant dialectal, and that's chiefly England.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hydroponic, how you doing, mate?
Hydroponic, cheers, friend. Thank you for joining. I'll throw a link in the chat. If you want to jump on this panel, hydroponic auto flowers, you'd be more than welcome to. You don't have to, no pressure. Just saying, if you want to come up here and talk, I'd be happy to have you. Who goes from drinking a beer 10 minutes ago to drinking a hot cup of coffee that's had hot chocolate added to it? Is that weird or what?
Yeah, it is.
I did throw a little bit of rum in there, though.
Good.
I did spice it up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I got on here because I slept all day today. I was like, you know what? Let me get on here and see who this is. I didn't even know who it was. I thought it would have been Inya doing something or some shit.
And the word police comes from the 15th century, and it means in the sense of public order.
Okay. Yeah, because like you always wonder what those words really meant, but you really don't look at it until you look at it.
Well, most people just don't care. They don't feel like knowing what it means will make a difference. So they don't want to waste time learning what it means.
Every word in the world have abbreviation for something. Every word. Yeah.
Did Curious Cannabis Connoisseur just accuse Dale Core of being everywhere?
I don't know. He's pointing at somebody and says, I do not stalk this guy. He's just everywhere. So I don't know who he's pointing at, whether it's hydroponic, whether it's you.
It's not me. It's not me. It's because I'm not everywhere. You can just do a simple Google search. I'm not everywhere. There are some Indonesian sites I have been trying to advertise on for years, and they just won't have me.
Yeah, they will have you.
China doesn't much care for me either. But other than that, I am everywhere.
No. Maybe me, because I try to be, everywhere in a good way.
Well, there's been some heartache and there's been some pain and suffering, but my journey has been full of learning experiences.
Oh yeah.
And where I fucked up, somebody else might get it right. So if I'm everywhere and they come across my journey and it helps their journey, then I feel like I
matters, right?
I help them out.
Yeah, that what matters. Exactly.
Just give me a minute. I'm going to go make myself a coffee.
You probably should. It's good for you. A good cup of hot black coffee on a
Sunday
Well, I
night.
would say a cold winter's night, but you're in Australia, so it's probably 90 degrees.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would love to visit Australia someday.
Yeah. I would love it too. You had to find the kangaroos.
I always thought a kangaroo would be cool to have like a pet.
Yeah. Especially a baby one.
Yeah, well, you'd have to get a baby because when the kangaroo grew up, I mean, from what I've learned, I mean, they could kick you and like hurt
Yeah,
you,
they
really
could hurt
seriously
you
hurt
really
you.
bad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And they could kick like a human being. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
I had a friend that had ostriches, and it was funny because when he would feed the ostriches, he'd put a motorcycle helmet on, and he'd open up a bag of food, and he you couldn't get in the fence with him. He would be on the outside of the fence, and he'd open that food, and he'd have to take off running down the fence line, pouring food into little containers that fed him.
Yeah.
And the whole time, he's having to worry because
Mm.
he said that when one would peck him in his head, even with the motorcycle helmet on his head, it would knock
Damn.
him to the ground when they'd peck him.
Yeah, it will break it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the nails they got too, man.
Koalas would be cool too, Dale Core. A
Koala
koala bear.
straight
Or
boy.
the Tasmanian devil.
I don't
Oh,
know
them would
about
be
that,
neat
but then
too.
I don't know about that. I wanna get parrots. When I move out of my parents' house and I'm with my brothers, I'm gonna get parrots.
The Tasmanian devils are really neat. They look like they're weird looking, look vicious.
You know what I like? What they call anteaters. They look pretty cool too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And ferrets are really cool to have too. Ferrets and
Yeah, and ferrets, you can train them to steal stuff for you.
yeah, they're really cool.
I had another friend that had ferrets, and every about twice a year they would move the furniture around in the living room, and they would find like the ferrets had hiding spots. And
Yeah.
when you found the ferrets' hiding spots, there would be stuff all over the place.
Yeah, my animal teacher in high school when I graduated, because I graduated really late because I went to special school because of my disability. So I graduated when I was 21 because that was the limit of being in the system. Go figure, right? So that was the limit. And my teacher had two albino parrots in the room.
Yeah,
And they were
I somewhat agree, Curious Connoisseur. I think all animals, technically speaking, are wild animals. I mean, even a cat or a dog. I mean,
even a dog,
because
yeah.
we put them in a house and put them in cages, and that
No,
doesn't make them not
they're
a wild
wild to
animal. It just
begin with.
means that we can handle them easier.
Yeah.
I ain't never liked the idea of zoos. To me, I've been in jail, and it sucks. When you put an
No,
animal in a zoo, it's just like locking the animal up. Well, what has that animal ever done to deserve to be put in prison?
yeah, being locked up is not fun. Being closed in a room is not funny either, man.
No, especially
Being
not when you've
closed
got a
in
bunch of people that throw you in a cage just so they can look at you.
yeah, that too.
Hey, listen,
That,
there will come a time where they'll do that to the useless eaters.
Yeah. We've got outdoors, we've got 8 feral cats, and I feed them every single day. And we've even got the raccoons. I can go out on the porch when
yeah,
I
you got
first
your
put the
phone.
food in the cat food dish, and after the cats eat, the raccoons will come up onto the porch.
With the
I
little
can sit
arms.
on the porch and they'll come up and eat, but I'm like, oh, this is cool. The raccoons eating right at my feet, but I don't try to touch them. I don't
Yeah,
mess with
yeah,
them. I leave them alone.
yeah.
It's not good. A raccoon, you piss a raccoon off and it will hurt you.
It got arms. It got little fingers, man. You gotta be careful with those.
Well, they're fast too. and
Mm-hmm.
they'll grab you and start biting you and scratching you, and they're just they're
What's
dangerous.
funny? What's funny about that? They got fingers just like us. They go open everything.
Well, before my parents actually left their farm, there was 32 cats. The
Mm,
cats used to go underneath the house and have the kittens and whatever, and my dad used to feed all of them.
yeah. My
Nobody
mom,
got killed, nobody got
my
locked up.
mom, my mom. She feeds the cat to the neighborhood. Yeah, my mom is weird.
But then again, I'm a weirdo though. I mean, I've probably got 40 trees in my bedroom. No, I mean, really,
Yeah.
like literally have probably about 40 trees in my
Well, mate,
bedroom.
at least you're getting good sleeps. They're on your bed.
Huh?
That's a,
I've got redbud trees. I've got dogwood trees. I've got cypress trees.
that's
I've
okay,
got
my boy. Yeah.
gardenia bushes. I've got man, just a bunch of stuff this year, like trees wise.
Yeah, man. If I had my own house, man, I would have had trees on my room too. Just
See, Heath, you ain't got no room for a woman. You got too many plants in your bedroom, dude.
Now that is true. You are 100% correct. But I'll make accommodation if I can get down into my bed. I will. I mean, just give me at least a 2 hour notice before you get. I
Angel,
don't know how I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out though. I will fix it. I'll get it took care of.
are you listening to this, Angel?
Yeah.
Any single women out there that want to come and live with a Viking
Yeah, it's okay.
off the land, I'll make accommodation. We might have to move some wild animals and some exotic wildlife, plant, some exotic fungus and stuff out of the bedroom.
Yeah.
But
Boy,
I
you gotta be
the
careful.
bedroom.
If you're going to tell her, if you're putting that out there, just don't mention fungus. Women, they usually run. Let's not be talking
How
about
do you make antibiotics? Where do you get your
that.
antibiotics at?
Yeah,
What?
no, that's beside the point. You're going to find some of them that, yeah, that word is just going to turn them off. You know,
I know, but where do you get antibiotics? I can't.
this.
I mean, I can't. It's not like I can go to a store. I've got to make it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
the other chick might not. You know, she might hear you say fungus and think, "Oh my God, what's growing here?"
Everything. I
You
live in
get
alignment.
scared, boy.
I live in alignment with nature. The word nature, which is where you get the word natural, is of or from God.
So
And
even
before
Veronica
we had a literal definition for the term God, it always meant just everything that everything that was unexplainable, everything that we couldn't have, that we didn't have an answer for, everything that we couldn't affix a definition for.
You know that
It wasn't Christian, it wasn't Islamic, it wasn't Hindu, it wasn't none of that. It was just the unknown force behind it all. That was God.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to do in your house. I'd be a little bit weirded out, but I'll be okay.
Yeah.
I'll be okay.
Delcourt, currently we do have some pancyans that are anyway. Yes. I'm definitely fond of my mycological endeavors. In other words, mycology or the study of fungus related to the mushroom is something that is important to me.
Yep. Well,
I wanted to get dowel rods and some of the fallen trees on the back part of the property. I wanted to get, because you can buy dowel rods that are already inoculated with shiitake spores. And you beat them into the holes, like you find a tree that fell down in the woods. And you drill holes into that fallen down tree. You take them dowel rods and a little rubber mallet and you beat them dowels in there. and then you take some paraffin wax or beeswax, just natural wax, and you pour that over top of it, and you just forget about it. And depending on the type of mushroom, some are as little as the next year, but some as much as 3 years. But you come back out a year to 3 years later, and you're ready to go. Boom, start harvesting your mushrooms. And I wanted to do because I have grown oyster mushrooms, lion's mane, shiitakes. But when you do them in the house,
It's good on pizza, man.
I didn't get much, I didn't get many when I grew them in the house. But if I do them trees like that, I mean, I've watched people go out and harvest pounds and pounds and pounds of them. And I love putting
because you got
mushrooms on the
trees
smoker and grilling them.
Yeah,
They're really good.
because they got an environment. Mushrooms need an environment to thrive, bro. That's why. Dude.
What?
You need to put them in an environment that they will like. Mushrooms are real delicate, bro.
Lots of humidity. Lots of humidity.
Yeah.
Mushrooms are one of the most porous substances on earth. They suck all the air. They suck all the moisture out of the air. A mushroom is 90% water. So what that means is if you have this giant 10-gram mushroom that's the size of a dinner plate, after you dry that mushroom, it's going to weigh 1 gram. They're mostly all water. When you look at a mushroom, no matter how big or small it is, 90% of what you're seeing is water. It's pure water. The mushroom itself.
That's why when you eat it in a pizza, it's so moist because it's water. It's basically water.
Yep, sucks it out of the air.
Mm.
They clean the air.
Yeah, that's why mushrooms survive in hard conditions.
Blue caps. Well, we call when I do the pancyans, some people refer to them as a liberty cap or a blue cap. They're pretty good. They are like somebody up in chat. I don't know if it was Dale Core. I don't remember if it was Curious Cannabis Connoisseur mentioned psilocybin cubensis or psilocybin. But the pancyan that's one of the strongest that you're going to get. Now, a cubensi mushroom, your typical average, what's referred to as a so-called hallucinogenic mushroom or a magic mushroom, is going to be a cubensi mushroom. And the cubensi mushroom is a good teacher, but it's only they're insofar as potency, they're weak. And when you get to the top shelf, that's when you get into like pancyans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Most humans are not in their right mind when sober.
Nope.
I would agree with that, kind of.
Not really. Yeah, not really.
I'm not in my right mind, sober, drunk.
I'm not in my right mind half of the time I'm awake, dude. So whatever.
What would a right mind be considered?
Yeah, exactly.
What's a right mind?
What is a right mind for people anyway?
I was just going to say that.
Normal is the setting on the washing machine.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
And when people have told me that I was weird, I said, well, I'm weird, but weird compared to what? What are you comparing me to?
To nothing, because everybody has a different personality.
Yeah, we're all completely.
It's just because some personalities are more tighter than others. That's it. If you know what I'm trying to say by that, but some personalities are more out there, and some people can't take that. That's why ever since I was a kid,
well, Curious Cannabis Connoisseur, you say that you wouldn't be in your right mind when you're on those things. Maybe you're not in your right mind now.
Maybe.
And I say that because right now you're under the effects of the environment in which you are situated.
Yeah.
And that's not natural. It's all been simulated. Everything. Your water is fucked with. Your air is fucked with. Your food is fucked with. Everything's fucked with. So you're under the effect of everything that has been manipulated, meaning there is more distance between you or the psyche and what is normal and or natural. However, on the opposition side of that, when you are under the effects of any natural hallucinogenic substance, you are closer at that time to what is natural. And how would you define what is real? Do you define it as something that you can smell, taste, or hear? Because the average human, although limited to 5 senses now, used to always have between 9 and 12 senses.
Okay.
What did I do? Oh.
No, you haven't done anything. It's all good. Keep going.
No, maybe you're in the right mind when you take those. You don't know it yet. Have you ever thought of that?
Well, how does one define what's real? When you say hallucination, you're okay. Here would be an example. I ate 10 grams of mushrooms, and I went out to eat, and the dinner party consisted of me, Jesus, Buddha, and Gandhi.
Okay.
I can remember what we ate at that dinner. I can remember what it smelled like. I can remember what it tasted like. In my world that I exist now, that dinner was real. Every part about it was real. How could it not be real? I smelled it. I tasted it. I seen it. I can even tell you the argument that Jesus got into with Buddha. I can even recollect from memory, word for word, conversations that took place.
Because that's what your mind wants you to believe. The mind is powerful, dude.
However, this place here that I'm at now, it's all fucking, it's all simulated.
Yeah,
There's no realness to it. And the real part of it, you don't even fucking remember. That's why when you wake up in the morning, you can't remember shit from the night before.
Because
I just laid in the bed and stared at the ceiling with my eyes closed. No, that's not what you did. That's what you think you did. That's what people have taught you that you did.
No, we never go to sleep, really.
Nobody ever goes to sleep. If you went to sleep, processes could not function. But yet you didn't crap the bed, so I know that things were still happening. How'd your heart continue to beat? Who told the heart to beat while you were sleeping?
People think that we go to sleep and that's it. No, we don't go to sleep.
You leave this world.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you leave. It means like you're not in what we call or construe as being the here and now. You go somewhere.
I think being in the mind is better than being in the earth. It's better because you can do whatever you want in your mind.
Schizophrenic state, that's a Rockefeller invention. There is no schizophrenic state. That would be like saying that people that have more energy than people that have less energy are somehow suffering from hyperactivity or something. Those are created diagnoses. They create diagnoses so they can then in turn treat said diagnosis.
Yeah, so they can give you medicine for it, so they can make money out of it.
Yeah. They're real good at that. Real good at creating. In the Hegelian dialectic, they'll create a disease and then they'll create a cure, and it's the same puppet masters behind the same diseases that are behind the same so-called cures always.
That's what I like about you, man. We always in the same boat somehow.
You shouldn't believe in anything, curious connoisseur.
Ah, man.
Belief is a waste of time. Belief doesn't do anything for anyone.
Believing is as much as you want to believe. That's it.
Some stuff I know, some stuff I don't know.
Not everybody's perfect, and believing is just as far as you want to believe. That's it.
Yeah, everything. Well, see, everything is perception based, and my perception, my individual perception of the world around me, is not going to be anything like anybody else's perception.
No, it's different for everybody. It's just you gotta accept it. That's all.
I would believe that we are all energy. I would perceive that that is entirely possible.
We all got energy inside of us somehow, man.
Matter, I don't think there's any such a thing as matter. A
No.
different expression or a different wavelength of electromagnetic energy manifest in a different fashion.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
We want to say we come up with all these words to act like we've figured something out to
But we
put
did.
our mind at ease that we know something we don't know.
We tried to figure out things, but we really didn't figure it out. We had tried it, but we fell at it because we don't know, and we will never know.
When the hard drive or excuse me, when the computer case, curious cannabis connoisseur, gets all damaged and destroyed, the computer still functions. It just needs a new case.
Yeah.
When your body turns to shit and your body goes back into from which it came, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, when it turns back into raw carbon, you don't die. The body, the flesh suit that you are
The
in,
flesh don't
turns
die,
back
but
into
the
carbon.
actual thing never dies, man.
But
That's the
the
thing.
true essence of your being has always been and always will be.
Yeah. People
Energy can
never.
change form, but it cannot be created or destroyed.
People need to understand that we never truly die, dude.
Laylow 333 is in my chat. Hello, Laylow 333. Uh, if you want to get on here, get on the panel, chit chat, shoot the shit. You're more than welcome to. We're just having a little friendly discussion about shit,
Yeah, about anything.
anything and everything.
Yeah. Just trying to kill time. But we never really die. People think we die and that's it. We don't die for real. We always here.
Well, from the
We,
best I can learn, I've been led to perceive that this is the fourth time that I've been here. And I don't know if that's true or if that is not true.
it must be my second time then because it feels like that.
I do know there is something to the whole thing that we call deja vu.
Like you feel like you've done it already? Yep.
Yeah. And like you'll see things and experience things that you've already done and experienced.
Yep. I always get that, especially in the mornings. And that's not even a joke, bro.
Yeah. Interpretation is a lot of it, and two people cannot interpret the same thing with the same interpretation.
No. We all got different interpretations about everything. Music, food, our faces, the way we live.
Yeah.
Everything.
It's like the more rings that Saturn gets, the more things change.
Like
what was this place like when Saturn had no rings?
Yeah, like you could tell me that girl is ugly and I might like that girl because she's pretty to me. Interpretation.
Yeah.
Everything different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all completely different.
Yeah. And that's what's funny about me because when I was in school, nobody really understood how I was because I was so different than everybody else. You know?
Yeah, and that's not a bad thing. It's and we get oftentimes we don't understand things or we don't know something, and we let what we don't know change
But,
how we act.
yeah.
And and it's just it's one of the downsides of the human condition. People have been taught to be fearful of what they don't know.
And when I
Exactly.
learned, I'm 20, I'm 27 already, and I learned that being scared for things that you don't know, what's the point? You're gonna get sick, you're gonna get worried, for what? For nothing.
The thing is, mate, like the shit that we worry about today, really, in a year's time or whatever, you look back at it and you think it was just a waste of fucking time. It
Yeah.
was of it was a waste of precious time because we never know when our number is up. Really,
No, that's why you live your life like you last every day. Because you never know. It's really mine. I mean, that's why people are like, why you talking to everybody online? It's like, because these are the people I talk to every day. There
But
are
it's good because that's how we learn through interaction.
they are my family, practically.
When we interact with each other, and also when we interact within the world around us, that's how we learn.
People
people
think that people got learned over the years that talking to strangers is a bad thing. But no, it's not.
does Woody Cat need to go for a pee? Somebody got a cat somewhere?
Yes, Spooky Cat is desperately trying to get outside.
Veronica,
Yeah.
absolutely, mate. Absolutely. You know what I'm talking about.
But you know what I learned about the new generation? It's gonna sound stupid, but they lost the ability of talking to other humans.
Mm.
Like they don't talk to humans verbally. They talk to people to text and to like they don't even talk to people no more. You know?
Keith, is
It's
that your
it's hard. It's hard to talk to people. It and I if I didn't live streaming is the only way that I've so far been able.
To talk to people directly.
Yeah, because I don't leave the house, and I really, yeah, I don't get around. I'm never around physical humans,
Nah,
and
me either.
if I didn't get on a live stream, I would never talk to anyone
I
ever.
mean, the only humans I'm interacting always is with my mom and dad and my brothers. But that's about it. You know. But I got more people on here than I have in real life.
I think most of us do have Angel.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy though.
That's pretty fucking sad.
Yeah, it is though. Rather than just to detach from society altogether, it does offer a way that's a little bit more structured and safer and easier to be able to still somewhat interact with people and not have to. I mean, because there's so much bullshit in the world today,
Oh yeah. And
everywhere. I
and
mean,
there's so much fear too. That's what the world got. They feed so much fear in the news, in the tabloids, that people don't want to talk to nobody.
I mean, the net is fine for communicating with people or whatever, but I still reckon that that it's better to interact with people face
In
to face.
person.
One,
Yeah.
because when you can see somebody, I mean, with the net, you can hide anything. I mean, shit. There's been shows made of people that have created a whole friggin' not just a family around
The
themselves,
whole world. Yeah.
extended families, just to literally con somebody out of a shitload of money. You know what I mean?
It
People.
is stupid. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Mike B, aka the Drone Ranger. Cheers, friend. Thank you for being here. Hope everything finds you well this evening. Hope you're dry wherever it is that you are at.
I hope it's not cold. It's freezing over
Don't
here.
know right off the top of my head where Mike B is at currently, so hey, he might be in one of them places that's got a bunch of snow. Who knows?
It's fucking freezing over here. See? See, I would give anything to go to Arizona right now.
I'd love to have physical interaction, Dale, but I've just it's not safe for myself, and it typically does not work out to be safe for others to physically interact with me.
Physical interaction is good and all, but if the other person doesn't want to do it, you can't force them upon them.
Yeah.
Like, I met this girl online. I'm not gonna mention no names because I want to keep her safe. But when she wanted me to go down to go see her, but I was like, yeah, but I have no money. Do you have the money to give me? I'm like, it's like I would gladly go down there, but I have CP. I have cerebral palsy. It's not that easy. I can't just pick up my shit and leave. It's not like that. It's like, and people don't understand why I do this and why I do it the way I do it. Why I talk to people every day on Facebook, Twitter, because that's all I got.
Okay. Defend. Thank you for being here. I'm glad to see you as well, friend.
And yeah,
Hi, defend.
Yeah, defend and the doggy. They were live. I don't know, a little bit ago. I don't know if you've seen. I popped in there over there and said hello and whatnot. Like, I guess I left at the time you had to take an intermission with the doggy.
We were on the beach the other day, Heath, watching the sun go down. Me, defend, and Emma, and I think we had, I think Invictus was there, so we had a chaperone.
Yes, Dale Core, and you have to minimize the opportunity that you put yourself through, the opportunity for things to manipulate your resource. And everything is about resource. You've got thought resource. You've got physical energy that you could exert resource. You've got financial or fiscal resource.
Did I miss?
And for every resource, there's a million different things that are trying to gain control of that resource. And you've just got to minimize how much of your resource you put on the line. I'm never going to sit down to a poker table with more than I can afford to lose.
no, hell no.
Ever. If I can't afford to lose it, I'm not gambling with it.
Hell no.
Ouch.
What's the point, If you don't got the money to give, don't do it at all.
Yeah. Yes, all men are created equal. Not all men live up to their potential. Not all men acknowledge the fact that they are equal, but all men are created equal.
Yeah, we all are. Amen to that, son.
Now, I don't have nobody that presides over me, but a lot of people do. You hear them all the time. Yeah, Trump, build that wall. Well, if you've got some dude that you let rule your life, well, I guess that's your own choice. I don't have nobody that I'm going to let rule my life.
No,
but I can respect others and their rights to feel like they need to be led.
No, nobody let me, man, ever.
Yeah,
Or,
but a lot of people though feel like if they're not told what to do, they don't know what to do.
Okay.
What about the cavemen, bro? How they evolved?
Oh, what happened? Did Heath disappear somewhere?
What?
Oh no, there he is. It's all right. I thought you were out.
Yeah, it's
The,
raining pretty hard now. Oh, 100-mile-an-hour winds, really? I'm not scared.
the
Yeah, it's getting
cavemen.
rough. They said that we would get I don't know, I guess we're getting an additional 4 inches, 5 inches tonight.
Damn.
It'll bring our total up to almost 14 inches for the day. No, Spooky, you will not go out and play in the flood.
Maybe she wants to pee. Maybe she wants to take a dump.
My job rules mine. I choose to work and live in the system. Well, my job is to make sure that the plants and animals under my care are provided for while simultaneously making sure that I have what I require to survive. And since neither you nor anybody else is going to provide that for me, I cannot consider you my job. Meaning I can't punch your time clock. I can't play in your system. I can respect your right to have a system, but your system will not provide for me. It's already been proven. Hence why I am disabled now. That's what happens when you play in the when you play their game.
Yeah.
And I'm not, I done been there, done that. Yeah. I go get shot at, put my life on the line, and all I get for it some kidney failure and some fucking fucked up pills I can't even afford to pay for anyway. Yeah, right. I had to get back to my roots, and I can do bad all by myself. I do not need anyone's assistance to do bad. I can do it all by myself. No one can do another's homework accurately. I agree with that. Defend entirely. And Veronica, if you truly don't agree with the system one bit, then don't participate in the
Then
system
don't be
one
with it.
bit.
Then
As
don't
long
be
as you
with
are a willful participant, then the system that you don't agree with will remain the system you don't agree with.
it.
You want a new system? You got to build it yourself.
Yep.
There isn't nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's going to come and help you.
Nobody has a manual. Nobody has a manual when they're born.
Be the change that you want to see in the world.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
I'm neither good nor bad, curious cannabis connoisseur. I strongly try to be neutral. I strongly strive to be neutral.
If everybody could be neutral, that would have been nice, man.
When you're good, it creates bad somewhere else. When you're bad, it creates good somewhere else. And those balances can get out of sync all the time. And the easiest way that I've found to minimize things getting out of balance is to try to stray right in the middle.
My motto is, nobody comes with a manual when they're born. Nobody says, this guy's gonna do this. That guy's gonna do that. Nobody has a manual. Everybody make their own path, and people
You can't accuse me of making the wrong decision if I don't make a decision.
If you don't make a decision, how you gonna fuck it up?
I can't fuck it up because I didn't choose. Yeah.
No, yeah.
Well, you chose the wrong thing. No, I didn't because I didn't make a choice.
Yeah.
And the few choices that I do make are so limited that it's just,
That's why you're my best friend, bro.
Well,
we're on the same boat, bro.
Be good, Dale Core. Thank you for being here again. As always, much love, brother.
Later, Dale.
I don't see him. But yeah, people need to be more neutral. We don't got that many people like that.
What?
We don't got many neutral people in the world anymore, man.
Yeah, they're creating a world in which they want everybody to be an android. They want everyone to look alike, think alike, act alike, talk alike. That's why the transhumanist agenda is so popular. Because
Defended
people
is
that
real.
refuse to submit, they will be able to electronically force them to submit.
Yeah. Fuck that shit, dude.
Defenders saying isn't not making a choice, making a choice. Well, really, it is.
Yeah.
You're choosing not to choose.
No, just don't do nothing.
Don't do nothing.
Do nothing. There you go, Perth. Do nothing.
Do nothing.
Doing shit is what's got everybody in the fucked up predicament they're in.
Absolutely.
Can you tell me one time in the history of mankind where something bad happened as a result of nothing being done? No.
No.
Every time something bad has ever happened, it was
It's because somebody did something. Yeah. It's because somebody did something.
Heath, your audio keeps dropping out, mate. Heath, your audio keeps dropping out. I can see your mouth moving, but yeah, I can't hear anything.
Is it still working?
I can hear you now, but every so often you drop out.
You're dropping brains, my boy.
You people quit fucking with my computer. And the people that I'm talking to know who I'm talking to. Yeah, you might not be in my chat. You might not be on this panel.
I've got to tell you something. You know my last live stream, okay? When it finished, it finished processing whatever it uploaded, because I was waiting to see if it was going to show, well, it was only one picture, but you never know what YouTube's going to do. So I went to check it, and I saw that it had 90 views. Now listen to this. This is unbelievable.
It dropped, did it?
It's unbelievable, but it happened. It had 90 views, right? So 4 hours later, 3 hours later, whatever, I happened to go back onto my page again, and I see it's gone up to, I think it was 94 or 95, and I'm thinking, okay, whatever. Anyway, I left it like that, and I went off and I was doing something else on a different page, whatever, had some pages up, came back to my home page and thought, shit, it's been sitting there. I should literally refresh it. So I refreshed it. It went down to 88 views.
What?
Oh. 94 down to 88.
Oh, wow. Somebody's fucking.
Had I happened to be on that stream that night?
Yeah, this was the last one that we did.
Yeah.
But it's got nothing to do with you. Because we have different view counts everywhere. It's usually they don't do shit. But this time they literally deducted.
And what the fuck?
You've dropped out again, Heath. I can hear you saying stuff, but I can see you saying stuff, but I can't hear you.
I don't know what to say. Sometimes I can't talk, I don't suppose. I guess that, anyway. When my network activity starts doing this number here, sometimes they annoy me, but they don't annoy me nearly as bad as they once did.
Oh, I remember those days, my boy.
You won't get a ruse out of me tonight.
Not today. No, sir. That's why we gotta stick together, boy.
Yeah.
Because they love to fuck with people like us.
Well, they're scared that you rub off on people.
Oh, they're petrified of that.
If you sit in your dark little room and you stare at your wall, or play your video game and keep your mouth shut, you're no threat to nobody, and they don't give a shit.
No.
Oh, did you
If
see
you
what the
talk
new rule is?
and even one person hears you talk, you have altered that person's view
Yep.
just because they were exposed to an alternate perception.
That's one thing about
And
when
they really don't like that. Now,
that's
when you amplify that, like
yeah.
say today, instead of talking to 5 people, you intentionally do some guerrilla marketing. And instead of talking to 5 people today,
You
you
talk to
talk to
6.
50 people today.
Yeah.
Then that makes you more of a target. And the more people that you reach, the more intent they'll have to limit the people that you reach.
Mm-hmm.
Did
The
you
thing
hear
is, keep
rule
on
is
keeping
gonna
on.
be
Don't let
Why
them
you
deter you.
why you think
Are the master of your domain. You and you alone. Don't let other people rule you.
why you think I never get to see your videos, bro? Because they don't want me to see your videos. Yeah.
Heath, did you hear the new rule that they've got coming up on, I think it's the 25th of is it March? I think 25th March or 25th of February. Really, I don't.
What, using hashtags are considered spam words now?
No, I didn't hear that one. But if you get a copyright or a copyright strike or whatever, it's now not a 90-day jail anymore. You get the first warning, you get the second warning. On the third warning, they don't put you in jail per se. Well, they kind of do, but not just so that you can't go live. You can't post either. And the more times you do that, the longer the sentence is.
Yeah.
I think that's how it kind of works.
I'll be back, bro. I'll be
It's to the
back.
you can't do either. You can't put up videos and you can't go live. So they
I'll
hit you
tell
on.
you what they can't stop, people.
They can't stop
They
us.
can't stop me from
Yeah.
going on shortwave radio and running my mouth.
Or
They
have
can't stop me from going on the CB and running my mouth. And the little FCC fucking van that rolls around,
yeah.
they can get fucked too. I've got a 2,500 watt linear. You're not going to shut me up no matter what you do. You turn on my internet, I take to the CB and the shortwave.
Yep. We go old school, bitch.
And it runs and my linear and my CB and all my radios are all tube type. So even if they tried to hit me with an electromagnetic pulse, it would not terminate the shortwave or
On
the
the radio.
Citizens, man, they can't take that out. Period.
Yeah, I like the way you live, bro.
Curious,
Well,
exactly. They can't stop you from doing that because I know a mate who actually did that.
Curious Cannabis Connoisseur. The problem is they can stop my domain servers and stuff because the only way to get internet in my geographic location, you're not going to get it cellular based because there is no cell service. So there is no DSL. Your only option is to obtain cable internet via Comcast Xfinity. And right now, I'm having to run Comcast Xfinity cable internet via my neighbor's house because my physical street address is banned permanently from receiving internet. Permanently. No more internet at this house. It's not legally allowable.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Well, what they do is, depending on the type of issue and depending on who puts
It
pressure
must
on the
fucked
internet
up somebody
company,
really bad, bro.
the internet company will just refuse service to that address. And in our area, when they accuse you of denial of service attacks and they want to basically shut you down, it's real easy because since we only have one internet company, that one company says, well, we'll just terminate your internet.
Yeah.
And then you can't do nothing because without internet, you can't do nothing.
No, hell, you can't do nothing without it.
And it sucks, especially when you've got to go and you've got to get down a couple 1,000 feet of coax cable, and you have to somehow bury and hide a couple 1,000 feet of coax cable from your neighbor's house to your house.
Yep, yep. That sucks, bro.
It
Hey,
does.
that's what I meant to ask you. Did you get do you get busted with the music that you play?
Who?
Did you get busted?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, they come after me. I got charged with counterfeiting. And and it's fucked up because I couldn't get the feds to do away with the charge altogether, but I ended up getting them to drop it down to a state level charge of felony criminal simulation of funds. That's what they call it. It's they couldn't say that I created fake money, but what they said was that I altered an instrument that was considered the same as currency.
Good.
And I probably shouldn't have even pled to that charge. I should have just kept fighting, but I just said, you know what, fuck it. If you'll drop it down to that state level charge, let me give you some money and you'll shut the fuck up, I'll go along with it. Well, at the last minute, one of the additional items as part of the state's arrangement with the feds was that I would lose internet services. And that was real easy. Oh yeah. We won't let him have internet no more. Well, we're good people, you know. We're owned by fucking Charter, and we'll just we'll do away with his internet.
Yeah. But you always find
because that's the internet's considered a consumer good. They're not supposed to legally, constitutionally be able to restrict your access to consumer goods. It'd be like the government telling you that you weren't allowed to buy Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
Because you got caught shoplifting Kraft macaroni and cheese at Walmart. And then the government says, well, you can never again buy Kraft macaroni and cheese. They couldn't be able to do that. It's not lawful, but they do it all over the country right now.
Yeah.
And yes, they are an invasion of privacy as well.
Macaroni and cheese, mate.
Connoisseur.
Yeah.
And see, I wasn't even doing nothing wrong. There was an outfit that I was connected with in the United Kingdom, and maybe I did know, maybe I didn't know, but they were mailing me postal money orders. And I was taking those money orders, depositing them into my business account, withdrawing the funds, wiring back to the United Kingdom, 75% of the funds, and I was keeping a 25% tax on them, and
Yep.
In all honesty, I thought there was something fucked up about it, but I mean this, I'm not lying. I thought I was processing payments for a tech company. I really thought I was.
That's fucked up, bro.
They do a lot of business internationally, and they needed somebody in the States that could process payments, purchase orders, do their invoicing. I really thought I was legitimately doing a little side business on
That's why you can't trust everybody, bro.
It was a scam. It was a fucking. I got railroaded, and then it was fucked up because the feds. They said, I said, well, and I had all my records for everything dating back years, and I said, well, can you not go after the company that was doing this shit? And they're like, oh no, that's international. We don't have jurisdiction.
Oh, what the fuck?
I was like, well, so I get to be the patsy? Well, you're the only American involved. And so they came after me, and I had to pay for all. Yeah. I got it was a pretty bad deal. I got a $10,000 fine. I had to pay back 10,000 restitution.
Yeah.
I had a prison time to get
you can't get a lawyer and appeal it?
No. You can't fight the federal government.
No.
You just gotta cut your losses and walk away and
Yeah,
hope that it goes okay for you.
yeah, just I will. Yeah, fuck. You know, I
But it
find
sucked
a
because I
way.
had everything that substantiated the fact that I wasn't doing anything wrong. What I thought I was doing, I was legitimately doing. I mean, I even had an application, a copy for where the company had placed an ad on one of the forums that I'm a contributor on. I had actually filled out an application. I mean, I thought it was a legitimate tech-based job.
Yeah, that's why you can't trust everybody. Yeah, man.
No, they just go after the dumb hick redneck. We'll
Yeah,
go after that dumbass redneck in the hills. Hell, he's dumb enough to do the shit. We might as well get him, and at least we can say we got somebody.
yeah, it's fucked.
Curious Cannabis Connoisseur, I've mentioned this multiple times in chat. Amazon receives roughly 60% of their profits annually from the United States federal government. They are the bulk of their profit margin is derived from contracts with the Department of Defense. Also, they are a Five Eyes corporation. Put that back in chat so in case anybody sees this later at another time, they'll be able to look into, so that maybe one of these days when I mention Five Eyes corporations, people will not, they'll know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about because I watch shows like that all the time. You gotta keep you gotta keep your mind sharp, especially in my situation. I can't read. Everything is visual for me ever since I was a kid, so I had to watch videos.
Well, you can learn a lot from videos. That's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, you can learn a lot from videos.
Yeah, I've been like that forever.
I mean, I love to read, but my eyes have gotten bad as I've gotten older. Yeah, Veronica. Let me break down Five Eyes just in a little bit way that's easier for people to comprehend. So let's say you've got a company that has extensive customer records. They've dealt with billions of people. Now, the United States federal government wants access to them records, but since they don't have enough evidence to charge the people with a crime just yet, they cannot legally access them records. So let's say the company wants Apple to give the United States federal government access to, we want to know every single person in the state of California that was using an iPhone on such and such day.
Yeah. And they will get it.
Apple could say, well, fuck you, the United States federal government. Okay. So what the United States federal government came up with was this, it's a Five Eyes alliance, and it's through the Department of Defense. It deals with intelligence. And what they basically do, big companies always cheat on their taxes.
They
always cheat on their taxes. So what the United States federal government says, look here's what we're going to do for you. You agree to be a partner with the Five Eyes Alliance. And in exchange for your partnership, when you cheat on your taxes, you are immune from prosecution. We will look the other way. We will never come after you.
Yep.
And here's what you do for us.
Yeah.
When we call you up at 3:00 a.m. in the morning and we get you out of the bed and we tell you that we want all of your customer records, real quietly, you give us access.
Yeah.
Nobody will know. We let you cheat on your taxes and you let us illegally access your customer database.
Yeah. You think
Five Eyes Corp.
That's why they know what everything. When you buy something on Amazon, they know what you bought as soon as you bought it.
Well, we got to do that. What if some guy buys a pressure cooker and he makes a bomb out of a pressure cooker that he bought off Amazon? We need to know he's buying that pressure cooker so that we can look into people that buy pressure cookers.
Yeah. Yeah.
They know when you fart. There is no such thing as privacy. Like I said, you need to ditch that fucking word because it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah,
There's
my
no
ceiling fans,
privacy.
I've noticed that when
This
I
call is
fart,
not
my
private.
ceiling fans go up in speed. And I don't do it. I mean, it's like somebody pulls the string and turns them up on a higher speed.
Yeah. This call is not private. Nothing we do is private.
No, there is no privacy.
Not a zip.
None. None.
Private calls is just something to make people happy. That's all that is.
And their idea is that if you're doing nothing wrong, you don't need privacy.
Yes.
That's their argument,
Exactly.
which is bullshit. It doesn't
That's
matter what the fuck I'm doing. I'm not going to do your job for you. I don't care if I am the world's most notorious international criminal that has ever existed. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. When you can prove that I'm complacent in a crime, then you come and charge me. But if you can't prove it, you can kiss my ass. Fuck you.
Prove it until you're like, let's say, like, find any evidence, then don't find nothing because you're not going to find nothing. Take my computers, take my hard drive, you're not gonna find shit.
They did that. It took me, they took my computer. They held my mother at the federal fucking courthouse for like 15 fucking hours. Didn't give her nothing to drink. Didn't want her to let her go to the bathroom or nothing.
Yeah.
And she's like, look here. I don't know what the fuck I can tell you. If I knew something, I'd tell you, but there's nothing I can tell you. And I guess they figured that, I don't know, it was stupid. And then my computer, I had an old fucking G5 Power Mac that it was kind of cool because it was water cooled and it had dual processing.
Yeah.
But it was an old Macintosh computer that really wasn't, it was an old graphics computer. And they were trying, and I didn't even have a printer. And they were trying to act like I was fucking printing money and shit.
From your house?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I wasn't, but they, they were trying to act like I was.
Yeah. Where the fucking printer at? That's what I would say. Where's the something?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even have software that was. I had Photoshop. I had Photoshop, and having Photoshop made me look guilty. I was like, you know how many millions of people in the world have Photoshop? So I'm a currency counterfeiter because I have Adobe Photoshop.
I had Adobe Premiere. What the fuck?
I said, I don't even know how to use it. Did you notice that the last time I opened it, it was opened up on tutorials? Why do you think I was using tutorials? I was trying to
teach myself how to use it. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. I did graphic arts for 5 years in school. I know how to use all that. Do I use it? No, because there's no point.
And nowadays, Curious Cannabis Connoisseur, you'll notice that, like, let's say you have a device. And let's say, where do I got one laying around here? Well, let's say that you don't boot that device from the device. Let's say you boot that device. The only time you boot that device, you boot it from a USB thumb drive.
Yes.
They will try to say that because you don't boot that device from the operating system, then that's like the same as using the device in the commission of a crime.
Yo, fuck that, dude.
Heath, I'm going to drop off for about an hour, mate. And if you're still on, when I get back, I'll jump back on, yeah?
Yeah.
Go right?
Yeah, I think I'm about to end this stream anyway. Angel, I think I'm going to end this.
All right, man.
Matt, Curious Cannabis Connoisseur and everybody. Yeah, because I've still got some chores I need to get done before it gets light out.
Right. Nice talking to you again, man.
Yeah. Hey.
Later, Angel.
Thank you. Yep.
Yeah.
Later, everybody.
Thanks for hanging, everybody in chat. Catch you later.
Thank you very much, everybody.
You're welcome.